Despite warnings from those local health officials, the CDC officially announced new travel guidelines for anyone who is fully vaccinated. The main message: if you are vaccinated, the world is yours to travel once again.
It's the reassurance many have needed to finally rebook that trip canceled by the pandemic. Q13's Olivia Lavoie explains everything that you need to know about the latest guidelines.
We did a little happy dance when we saw that today.
Yeah.
I texted a tweet to my family, like, they're going to announce it today.
Sisters Bridget and Gretchen are finally reunited, not just with each other, but several vaccinated family members for a getaway in California. The sisters opted to drive from Washington to the Golden State because it felt safer. But now that the CDC has said they'd be able to fly safely, it's a huge relief.
Just brings us out of that funk of the year of everything being canceled and not being able to do things. We're so much more appreciative of being able to travel and spend time with people we love.
The news is especially appreciated ahead of Gretchen planning to board a flight for her 60th birthday celebration.
Just having the CDC's kind of approval of this trip just makes us all feel better. I mean, we feel, it's going to be a much safer situation.
The sisters had tickets to the presidential inauguration and high hopes for a big Washington, D.C. trip, but ultimately had to cancel when cases spiked last winter. Knowing they can start planning a trip to the nation's capital again.
Definitely, you don't take it for granted. And it's freeing.
Local travel agents tell us most people traveling out of Sea-Tac are heading to Texas or Florida, places that are much more open than here. But regardless of where you're going, next time you are here, you'll likely notice some changes. There's lots of safety precautions put in place, and if the security line looks a little long, don't panic. Airport officials tell us that's because everyone has to stand 6 feet apart.
If you decide to travel, you're going to have a safe and healthy and clean experience here.
Sea-Tac safety precautions are for everyone, but if you're fully vaccinated, the CDC says you don't need to get tested before or after your trip, and you don't need to quarantine when you get home. Sea-Tac officials say it's amazing to see where we are today versus this time last year.
We were down as low as 2,500 people a day going through the security checkpoints. Now at 36,000, that seems like a lot, but it's still only about 50% of what we would normally have this time of year pre-pandemic.
In recent weeks, Sea-Tac has had the most travelers since the pandemic started. Though numbers are still technically low, it seems they're only going to go up from here. Olivia Lavoie, Q13 News.
Now, if you're not vaccinated, the CDC still recommends you get tested within a few days of travel. And in addition, you're asked to quarantine upon return for a full 7 days, even if you test negative.